just don't go to a community because it's there. You go to the community that has your motherfucking same principles and same ideals, and now I become part of this community.
Not just because they look like you.
Right. And I don't give a shit who's in it. You can have purple polka dotted motherfuckers running around. If they out there doing what they supposed to do, and I'm contributing, I'm part of that community.
I agree, but I feel like sometimes, you know, black people are the one to say you can't do that. You can't come into our culture, you know. But I can go to the Greek fest, drink some beer, get some sausages or whatever the case. Hey, we all having a good time.
Yeah.
But the other way around,
baklava.
it was like, oh,
hey, you ever have baklava? I give you peace. Come here.
God, man,
It's
like,
good.
You ever had that? That's how I got introduced
It
to
just
baklava.
like, why is it only
It's
on
good stuff. It's very good, flaky.
I think that's still, it's kind of back similar to like what Muhammad Ali was saying when he went on.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Was it Howard Cosell or something? I don't remember who it was, but he was talking about. He's like, if I see 100 snakes coming down the alley at me, but 10 of them want to do right, do I risk letting those 90 snakes come in and biting me just so I can let these 10 good snakes come in? I feel like it's still that same thing, and it has merit, and at the same time, it's still, I don't necessarily agree with it, because I'm like if anything, we should be learning from one another instead of completely trying to isolate ourselves. But I do think that we, as far as community goes, I feel like we should be focusing on getting our shit together as a community.
That shit is gone.
I mean,
it's gone.
I ain't saying it's
never gonna happen again. That's right. You guys have your chance. You fucked it up.
It's gonna be an easy thing. I don't think it's gonna be an easy thing by a long shot.
And let me tell you, and because I'm somebody, hey, trust me, I did my due diligence. Fuck this shit, because it's to the point now that's never going to happen. And the reason it is not is because you would have to convince 2 generations, not just the current one, but the one from prior to that, to do the right thing. You do not have enough time. You do not have enough education materials. You do not have enough fucking magic and wishful thinking to actually pull that off, because you are not going to get a group of people like there were back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s to come together on one page to make a movement forward that will benefit them.
And even if the whole generation.
Oh yeah.
I think you can start in like not necessarily like I said, not necessarily generationally. I'm talking about geographically. I feel like you can start, a community, like a physical community, like a neighborhood, and get this neighborhood, pull them up together and get the shit together and cleaned up or whatever. And like I said, it ain't something that can just be done.
Well, let me ask you,
it's gonna take a while.
Does the neighborhood contain more than 10 people?
Ideally, it would.
Have you ever been around 10 niggas and tried to order a pizza?
Me?
Anybody? I've been around maybe 4 or 5. Right. And motherfucking pizza was the last thing that we got. So if you're talking about building a community,
that's human beings. I don't think that.
We're talking about
people of any race to agree to one thing.
But this is back to my point. If you're talking about teaching a community to get a community built, and in this day and age, if it's a black community, say you took off a 10 square block area on any south side of Chicago, we can go to Grand Crossings, and that's probably like the roughest spot to start. But it's a community. You want to build this community up and you're going to get 10 square blocks, that shit wouldn't happen.
Between black people?
Like I said, you got to start. I think ideally,
that's just being honest.
Absolutely.
Honest.
But I think it still has to be starting off small and grow. Like, I don't think you can just take those 10 blocks all at once and fix it up. You start off with one block and then go to the next block. And then, like, I think it's a lot of shit you got to go through to get it done, and it ain't gonna be a 2-week process.
And let me just say this:
I'm not of the mindset that it's something that could never happen.
Okay, and let me say this real quick.
Take a lot of work to do.
And then you go, but this goes back to my crackhead comment. is that when the crackhead is on crack, it's up to them to make that decision. If you go to a community and a neighborhood, it is up to those people that are in that community in those neighborhoods. They would need to have a want for change. Meaning
absolutely.
So if you don't have that amongst it's like trying to form a football team. If you don't have that amongst the community, then it's not going anywhere.
I'm not proposing that.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
I'm saying I'm not proposing that you could even go with like a five block square radius or whatever. I'm not proposing that everybody in that 5 block will be able to, that you would be able to convince everybody to stop throwing shit on the ground and stop, just the destructive behavior. I'm not proposing that. I'm proposing that you find the people who do want this to happen and get them to start doing it, and get the people who don't want that to happen out of the area. And then you
ice.
But then when people
do it how you what's the name?
I didn't realize what you said.
Yeah, no, I got what you said as well. I ignored it on purpose. I intentionally ignored it. But it is things that can be done, because your brother was telling me one time that one of his neighbors was going, they was doing all types of shit in the house, and he was just like, "Yo, this is a fucking issue." I'm like, my kid is on the way at the time. I believe this was the time his kid was on the way. He's like, my kid is on the way. Got my wife in here. It's like, yo, I don't want to live next to this. And found out that these people were renting, and they just fucking tearing up the house and like just they're not cooperating with the way that things should be done.
I think it's
and he talked to a couple other people on the block, and they all got together, and they was like, yo, we got to get these motherfuckers out of here. They called the alderman. I don't know. Yep. I think it was. They called the alderman and was like, yo, this is what's been happening. We've been taking reports, keeping track of all of this stuff. We want them out of here. And they got them out. They got them up out of there. Got the sheriffs come in. It is like, yo, y'all out of here.
When it comes to black people,
something like stuff like that can be done.
I don't want to make it seem like we just attacking black people.
No, absolutely not.
But we got we got to talk about the truth. Like, I think a lot of black people, not all, but a lot of black people let their emotion dictate their reaction.
This is true.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they have to drop that. I gotta say it. That slave mentality, like.
It's less than a slave mentality; it's a victim mentality.
That's what it is, and that's why I refuse to believe.
Yeah, a victim mentality, because, like nowadays, like, can you get a bunch of black people in the area to try to get things done? You can, but then I think we do see that, because we do see some of these community leaders trying to do the same thing. But what usually end up happening? Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr. going to jail for fraud, stealing all the money. Like,
ooh, that one motherfucker that I do not like. I had to search high and low for a nigga that I just can't stand. That fucking Umar Johnson nigga.
Oh, Umar is fucking
hilarious. and
that ain't even hilarious.
He's fucking hilarious to me.
Like. And I know it's a lot of black people that listen to Dr. Umar Johnson, and
I don't call him a doctor.
And
that's just at this point.
Some of the stuff,
fucking doctor.
I'm like,
I don't agree with him, but his delivery is humorous to me.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, man,
so ridiculous that it's funny.
You talking that good talk, but then when you go way left, when you trying to say,
still ain't got that school bill,
man. I wanted to say that. Yeah, he still ain't got that school bill.
No, they say he said they seized this.
Yeah, like what do you think that means, Dr. Umar Johnson? Like, yo, this shit gone. Like, you took all the people's money, and now you trying to have people pay you $500 to go on a date or a dinner conversation, and he picked the place. What if he picked McDonald's?
Yeah, that's just stupid. And you know what? To me, it's just one of those things where this is why we can't do anything. And I'm not knocking, because I know for a fact there are organizations out there that do things for black people, and it's like as quiet as kept. They doing them undercover because they want results rather than the spotlight. But when you get somebody like this dude, man, he sat up there and sold people. There was a movie out back in the day called Cotton Comes to Harlem. And the main character of the movie was played by Calvin Lockhart, and dude character was trying to get everybody money in order to get this boat to take everybody back to Africa. So they were going to set up this plot of land in Africa, and everybody was donating So, this was the move. So everybody was doing, but that's what dude reminded me of when I heard it, or when I first started, and I knew it immediately. It wasn't even like, I'm going to hear this dude out. Yeah, he said some things that were, had some truth to it, but it wasn't any different from what everybody else was saying. It was just that when he started throwing this sideline shit in there, I'm like, wait, hold on, dude. This is like fucking Cotton Comes to Harlem. And sure as shit, it's like, this is exactly what this dude is. But black people are so quick to fall and believe for this black is righteous and black is black is black and we all for black thing. Is that, okay, now you stuck. Now that was a $1.6 million that could have went to another one of these organizations that tried to help dude actually build the school. And not only that, when you have outside people looking in, like, these niggas can't do shit.
Like, yeah, whenever it is our turn, you get people on the outside looking like, I thought y'all had it, but now, because I heard the school, he didn't even have the school registered in his name or some shit like that. Like, what the hell? Like doctor. Oh well, if you a black man and you dating anything other than a black queen, you're a detrimental to the black community. Like, what the fuck is that?
That's what he lost me at.
Like, what the hell?
Originally, that was the first thing that I heard him say. That I was just like, yeah, this dude is he ain't all there. Like, because it's crazy because
wait a second,
it's such a big thing.
You ain't never heard that?
No, I just thought about it. His academy is Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey School.
Yeah.
Frederick Douglass was married to a white woman.
I don't know.
Ooh, look it up.
I don't know. I think he said he's a descendant of one of them, right?
Yeah,
it's Marcus Garvey. Then that motherfucker.
He's like very.
I think he said
Frederick. Oh, hold on, my bad.
But we should be careful, y'all. But this is one of the black people's leaders. Like, black people.
I don't give a fuck. Black people kiss, man. I'm sick of it.
We gonna. You shouldn't be talking about Dr. Umar Johnson. He didn't do it so much. I'm like, what? Like what?
No, I'm sure he's done. I'm sure he's done things like it ain't. He didn't affect me directly, so that's why
I ain't been hearing.
That's
about
why
it.
I'm not familiar with it. But when I was saying, I'm like, that's like the first thing that I noticed, and I was like, yeah, I'm not with this.
Yes, Frederick Douglass married a white woman, Helen Pitts, in 1884. His second marriage after his first wife, Anna, passed away.
I'm sure that somebody's brought that up to him before, and he's had a rebuttal for it. I'm pretty sure. There's no way that he can say the stuff that he says and use their names like that without knowing that, and not have a crafted rebuttal for it.
Like,
but yeah,
I'm gonna name that motherfucking school the Sidney Poitier Richard Pryor Academy because all this.
Could you imagine?
I was never on that. Oh, you should only date your own race type shit. Like, I'm like, personally, I couldn't picture myself marrying, outside of my race, but it's more of a culture thing. I'm like, I would prefer to have, be with somebody that, I can relate to on a cultural level outside of just like regular shit that's going on. Like what Denzel was saying as far as when they
that hot cone.
The hot cone. Yeah. It was like, I was like, I know and she know what it smelled like when a hot cone go through some hair.
That shit smell like fresh burning crack.
It was like that. They were saying like Martin Scorsese. Hey, it was like Martin Scorsese. He could, but it's a culture thing. It's not a race. So I'm thinking, but that's what my whole thought.
But to let a culture dictate, and then to me, I'm at this point, this stage in life. It's like all this culture and all this other shit. I was like, it's beginning to seem kind of stupid to me because I look at a lot of astronomy, and I got caught at this one point where I caught this video and I thought it was interesting after they launched the James Webb telescope. Right, so they sent this telescope out, and this was able to see way more than the Hubble telescope was.
Oh yeah, that shit is finding all types of stuff
that
out
shit
there.
Is fucking nuts.
Oh really?
Yeah. If you have never seen this shit before, dude, they gotta redo the theory of the Big Bang theory is because this telescope is finding shit to change their minds on it.